Now we're going to welcome in Chad Heer from KW Commercial. Chad also happens to be a board member of TCN. We appreciate that. Welcome, Chad.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your role as a commercial realtor, the Summit Group, and KW Commercial?
Sure. Well, first of all, I just wanted to thank you for your year of service, right? It's tough shoes to fill with John carrying over from his many years with the Chamber, but you've done an incredible job. So first and foremost, just want to say thank you for everything you've done.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so I'm Managing Director of KW Commercial, which is a division of Keller Williams Integrity Lakes here in the Twin Cities. We have offices in Roseville and up and North Loop, Minneapolis area. Plus we have satellite offices in St. Louis Park and St. Paul as well. So we do 50% leasing, 50% brokerage. So we help sellers and buyers with their commercial real estate. And then also we help landlords and tenants increase their NOI within their property or identify, negotiate, and secure new space.
Terrific. Now, being a commercial realtor is very specialized. I'd like to know your background and how did you get involved in this?
Sure, good question. So actually, my wife and I originally got into real estate in 2003. My wife and I were building a home down in Prior Lake and got to know the residential real estate agent and made the leap after about 9 years in the corporate finance and recruiting world, and made the leap into residential to start and then transition from there into investment real estate and commercial real estate.
So you went from residential to commercial?
I did, correct.
Terrific. Yep. So what type of new trends in the industry are you seeing both in residential and commercial real estate locally?
Yeah, it's a really interesting time right now because, we're seeing, there's a few different factors out there. If someone asks me how's the commercial real estate going right now, I often say it depends, right? Because it depends on the asset type. So if you look at, say, office properties in the central business district in downtown St. Paul or Minneapolis, they're struggling right now, right? Or if you look at properties that, the debt has grown to a point and the vacancies have grown to a point where they just need to offload it and the banks are taking it back. So from an office standpoint, it's struggled out there. So there's an opportunity out there. The return to office has not happened as quickly or robustly as we had thought. Industrial market is strong out there. There's been a lot of construction within the industrial market. However, it's saturated a lot of the vacancies, and it's been solid. Retail's kind of flat, if you will. It depends. I mean, a lot of the big box vacancies are struggling a little bit, but the neighborhood centers are doing really well. And then lastly, multifamily. The Minneapolis market's really strong from a multifamily standpoint, both from Class A new construction all the way to some of the older assets out there too.
You know what they say, that when there's an event, there's an opportunity.
That's right.
Out there. There's always something happen, maybe in current events or things in the Twin Cities area. There's an opportunity commercially. You're one of our valued members, but you're also a board member. How has this experience of being on the board of the Chamber helped you both personally and professionally?
Sure. Well, for instance, we just had our board meeting last night, and we did a strategic planning session with the group, which you led, and it's very insightful to see behind the scenes, if you will, in terms of how the organization runs, right? And in terms of the goals that are set in place. And it's good to be active in that respect, not only as a member, but also from a board standpoint to see how individually how we can really help build the Chamber, right? And I know you talked before about relationships as well too, and so that's the value of the Chamber. I think is the biggest thing is the relationships and how can I give back to you as a board member and the Chamber as a board member, but also as a member of the Chamber to be able to help other members out there as well too. And it comes back tenfold, right? So if you come in wanting to give and contribute, the benefits are there as well too. And there's so many knowledgeable people and business owners out there too, which I love.
That's what we like to hear. For those that might be considering, they're running a business, owner, operator, entrepreneur, large or small company, why should they consider joining TCN and becoming part of our group, and what benefits did they get?
Sure, that's a great question. The networking aspect of it is definitely big. I'm very impressed by the number of events and the different type of events out there, both from, focus on the city developments and updates, which include networking as well. And those are often in the mornings, right? And then the evening events as well, too. So there's a variety of different networking opportunities out there, but the educational pieces of it too, not only learning and getting updates on local businesses, but also from the different city updates as well too. And then just as a business owner, often I feel sometimes I'm on an island, right? So if you can, as an entrepreneur, you often do feel like you're on an island, right? So if you can step away from your business and meet up with other owners that have the same challenges and same, optimism out there, it's really good to have those conversations, because it not only helps myself, but hopefully you can give back to the others as well too. And it's a nominal investment really for a business owner to get the exposure, to be able to do things like this, to be able to talk to you and get that exposure with the community too.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's exactly what we strive for. I think one of the reasons people like Twin Cities North Chamber is the variety of events. We have morning events if it fits better in your schedule. We have evening and afternoon events. It's just very collegial. Everyone is very helpful and willing to talk to other chamber members. And like you said, for $300 to $500, it is a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer for a business owner to expand their connection base exponentially.
That's right, and you're adding a component with the young professionals group too, and partnering with some of the other chambers, right? So it's not just for those of us losing our hair and having a ton of experience. It's good, as having two recent college graduates myself, it's good to see that the chamber's really working to expose themselves more to the younger community and really provide those resources to the younger generation of business owners and entrepreneurs. I think that's really important. So I'm really excited about that too, in the fact that younger professionals and newer entrepreneurs can get access to these resources too. So I think that's a really good growth option for those newer to business.
Very eloquent, very well said. We appreciate that. Keller Williams is obviously a very well-known name. Keller Williams Commercial is very visible in the community. Why is it important for your company to be not only involved in the community, but to give back?
Sure, no, that's a good question. So as an organization, Keller Williams is actually 140,000 plus agents. So one of the largest residential brokerages out there internationally. Our commercial division is about 2,000 commercial brokers, so we're pretty small within the Keller Williams ecosystem. However, locally, so from a regional standpoint, North Central region, we have about almost 100 KW commercial brokers, and locally about 70 of those are actually locally here in the community. And so it's commercial real estate, and real estate in general is a very localized business, right? So it's all about the local relationships and businesses that we work with. So being part of the Roseville and Minneapolis community, Ramsey County specifically, that's really helped us to develop those relationships, expand on the relationships that we do have. And as you mentioned, giving back too. So we donate a lot of our time. We actually have a May event within our company where we take the day off, the entire company does, and we give back. It's called Red Day. And so we actually give back and volunteer with local organizations. And I know the chamber does that too. So it's important to do that as business owners and stewards of the community too.
And we love your facility. They've got a great facility here, host a lot of events right here in Roseville. I'm kind of piggybacking on what you were talking about the relationships. You obviously have spoken to a lot of our groups. We appreciate that. You're always educating our groups on what's going on locally here. We cover all the way from Roseville to Blaine. In making those relationships, what would you say is the most fulfilling aspect of being a commercial realtor?
Sure. Well, one thing for me, and I'm a bit of an anomaly in that I mentor newer commercial brokers. So in addition to managing and running my business, the Summit Commercial Real Estate Group, and then helping to grow our presence amongst our 400 plus agents, I also mentor new brokers. So I help them, which I wish I had early on, and I didn't. And so that's why I really want to give back, and I work with anywhere from 5 to 15 newer brokers at a time to put a plan in place from a lead generation standpoint and just the foundation of building their business. And then I work with them to build that and to get that foundation in place, but then grow into that. And then what I've seen is that as they kind of grow out of that program, I continue to work on transactions with them, or give them advice as well too. And for me, that's very fulfilling. So.
That is really important. Having that mentor, someone that you can look up to, you don't feel like you're just being tossed in. You have no lifeline all by yourself. So expound on that a little bit more. The mentoring process, does that include a ride along? Does that include introductions to businesses and other stakeholders that you might have?
Yeah, it's a great question. So it's very accountability driven, right? And so we have specific tasks and education and milestones that they need to hit throughout the time. So that includes training. It includes having a certain amount of conversations or joining a certain amount of networking groups, the chamber being one of them for Roseville commercial brokers. Sure. And then it also involves just shadowing on, we call it discovery calls. So when I have a first conversation with a client, we'll do a Zoom call or a face-to-face where it's a discovery call to learn about that client's needs, provide resources such as commercial broker or a real estate attorney, and so that newer agent can actually listen in to that conversation. And
great idea.
Yeah, so that, and again, a lot of newer brokers do not have that, and so that would have helped me, and I think it would have helped a lot of newer brokers early in the day.
Sure.
And so with that, that's a big piece of it, just sitting and listening. But the key thing is getting into action, right? So you need to get out there, fail forward, and it's going to be messy, but that's the key thing I promote is just get out there, develop relationships, have the conversations, and again, you can do that through the chamber, a multitude of places, and other networking groups out there too.
Sure. And talking about being personable, how can people get in touch with you directly? The guys here at 9 North Media are going to put your information up on the graphic on the screen. How can people get in touch with you? Website, phone number, email?
Sure. So my email and phone number, so call or text are usually the easiest way to get a hold of me. LinkedIn, I've got a big group on there in terms of connecting on LinkedIn, and all the other social sites from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube as well too. So it's Chad, it'll be Chad Heer CCIM at the Summit Group of KW Commercial is really the main search you can do out there to find me. I'm not hiding at all, so you'll find me pretty easily.
You're omnipresent, Chad. We really appreciate you. This is a very competitive space. Obviously, there's plenty of other realtors around, very well-respected companies. What would you say would be KW Commercial's niche, and why should people give you a chance? I know your knowledge base, but the folks at home, let them know what you do and what your specialty is.
Yeah, and that's correct. I mean, the Twin Cities market really offers anywhere from the big 4 or big 5 brokerages out there all the way to the individual operator. So there's an amazing mix, especially with our Fortune 500 companies in town. I mean, the commercial real estate market is strong. And with that, we have so many great commercial brokers out there. I'd say our specialty, we're really more of I'd call us more of a boutique commercial real estate firm. So we have our specialties and asset types that each of our team members have. And we bring a nice mix of the residential customer service along with the commercial real estate advisory and expertise. So it's a unique mix of that real-time responsiveness, right, and that residential responsiveness, along with the commercial real estate expertise and focus area. And for me specifically, as I mentioned, I mentor a lot of brokers, so my hands are in a lot of different asset types. But me personally, office, flex, industrial, office warehouse type assets, both from an investment, owner, user, and a leasing standpoint. That's really my specialty that I work with. But our group can help support all asset types.
Sure, and I think it's really important for people to do their research. You probably have Google ratings, website, ability to go and see what your knowledge base is. Contact Chad. We really appreciate you not only being a board member, but a TCN member, and I appreciate my friendship with you, and personally and professionally. Thank you for being on Chamber Check-In, Chad.
Thanks for helping me.
Thank you. Want you to hang out here for a couple seconds while we do some chamber announcements, and we appreciate everyone watching this episode of Chamber Check-In. Please join us August 11th. This is the last time we'll make this announcement. They're putting it up on the graphic right now. The TCN Golf Tournament, our annual golf tournament, is at Victory Links in Blaine. It's a great golf course. It's open this year to the public, members and non-members. So those that might be considering joining the chamber, come on out and meet 110 other chamber members. I mean, this is a great opportunity. Have some fun. Be outside the entire day. We provide lunch, prizes. It's just going to be a great event. That's August 11th. It's a Tuesday, and it's just in a week and a half. On August 18th, we will be having our annual meeting of TCN. This is kind of where we roll over our officers. We give you an update of what's going on at the chamber, where we've been and where we're going to. Chad mentioned a little bit about our strategic planning, and we've got our finger on the pulse for you, for companies, for dissemination of information. We'd love to have you join us out there. That's going to be at Forgotten Star Brewery in Fridley. It's a great place, great location. We appreciate Royal Credit Union and Comcast being two of our valued sponsors, and the brewery is also one of our great members. So come on out to Forgotten Star, and that's August 18th in Fridley. On August 19th, our next Members Connect is going to be a great one. It's going to be at Flaherty's Ardent Bowl, and our friend Adam Flaherty over there is going to be hosting us out on the patio. They've got a great bar. They're known for their food, their pizza. It's an opportunity to really network with your colleagues. These used to be 5 to 10 people, and now they're 50 or 60. So we're growing exponentially. We're providing you with those opportunities to network with your colleagues and see the value of the chamber, quite honestly. We're excited that you joined us for a Chamber Check-In. And don't forget, our opportunity as a chamber, TCN Chamber, is to promote business and to connect communities. We're excited to have you here. We wish you a great weekend, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us.